Our Fox 5 I-team exposed how nearly 1 out of every 4 Atlanta school buses are broken down.
Yeah, but we found one parent who's tracked every single incident at his children's school, and he says the problem is even worse than we reported. A senior I-team reporter, Dale Russell, here now with the latest on the story. Dale?
Russell, nothing like a good volunteer to take over in these kind of situations. As reporters, we gather facts from a network of sources, then analyze and report those facts. Well, when one volunteer parent saw our story, he shared the results of his network of sources, parents, drivers, and school employees. What did you think when you saw the story?
It was more of the same that we've been dealing with for 2+ years.
Jackson Elementary parent Matt Brown says the Fox 5 I-team investigation of Atlanta public school buses breaking down came as no real surprise. He's been watching it firsthand.
Hi, Pumpkin. How are you?
For 2 years.
How was school? The buses break down frequently. Every year is getting worse.
Is this unusual?
No, it's not unusual.
Happens all the time?
Quite often.
A recent I-team investigation found on average nearly 3 Atlanta public school buses are towed in for repairs every school day. We also found nearly 1 out of every 4 public school buses are in the shop, waiting sometimes weeks for repairs.
We realize that that number far exceeds the expectations of both the transportation department as well as our schools, our parents, and our students.
The state requires monthly inspections of all school buses to make sure they're safe. But our investigation found the city was so far behind that 105 school buses were not inspected in January.
My singular focus right now is to make sure that, number one, we get those buses inspected, sort of compel our parents to feel confident again.
Those buses finally got inspected this month.
A lot of problems.
About 250 for this school year.
Matt Brown heard so many complaints that as a volunteer for Jackson Elementary, he began collecting evidence of bus problems and putting them on a spreadsheet. No bus available. Broken down at Lake Forest. Bus broken down at school. 23 minutes late. 250 incidents on his list for the past year, including 4 problems the morning of our interview.
How many of these do you think are related to buses breaking down?
Just about all of those are bus breakdowns.
Brown says the problems have gotten worse during the past 3 years. He knows Fleet Director John Franklin is trying, but he's not sure he has all the tools he needs.
What do you want to happen?
Like reliable bus service, which that would solve everything.
Now, an APS spokesperson wrote to me saying they continue to improve bus services at Jackson Elementary. They say they adjusted its bus driver staff, revised the bus ramp operations, and remain in constant communication with school leadership and the bus captain. Russ, Sine.
So does Mr. Brown agree with that? What's his assessment?
In a word, no.
No.
He really doesn't. He says that they're still having delays. He appreciates their efforts, but no, he doesn't.
Wow. All right, Dale. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Dale.